So I've been watching that show, The Real Housewives of New York City. This show is ridiculous. First off, I hate every single one of those women. Like, some of them are less annoying than others. No, they're just as annoying. But they are maybe a little more amusing than the other ones. The show is basically, for anyone who doesn't have cable, it's the show on Bravo called The Real Housewives of New York City. The spinoff of The Real Housewives of Orange County, which was on for like two or three seasons. And I loved that show. That was just so much fun. This one, though, is annoying because New Yorkers are already annoying people, you know, very full of themselves and pretentious. Every New Yorker that you meet thinks that they are the shit. You know what I mean? Like, every New Yorker you meet is gonna just act like they've got it all together. But, you know, the truth is we're all, you know, losers. We're all poor. We all pay way too much in rent. None of us own a car. None of us own our apartment. None of us own anything. You know, we all ride the same goddamn trains. We all smell the same homeless people on the sidewalk. I mean, it's all the same. They found some bitches here in New York who are rich. And, I mean, I guess that's not surprising because New York is full of rich people. It's a rich person's town. The rest of us who aren't rich, you know, we just have to live on the outskirts of the city, which is why I live up in the Heights. In the Heights? So the show focuses on all these women who live on the Upper East Side of New York, which is, you know, the Gossip Girl side of the city. And just for anyone who's not a New Yorker, it's the fucking most boring part of New York. If you want to have a really boring day, spend it on the Upper East Side. There is nothing there but high-rise buildings, offices, and museums. You know what I mean? Well, I guess for people who are into art, the museum part is interesting. But it's lame. I mean, there's one subway line over there, the Green Line, and it's just, I hate that part of the city. They all, like, go to the Hamptons for the weekend, and they have country homes, and they have, you know, big condos and all this stuff, and then they have this couple that live in Brooklyn. And they're supposed to be like the earthy ones. They're supposed to be like, you know, like the ones who are keeping it real because they didn't buy a condo in Manhattan. They're living in Brooklyn instead. In a whole fucking townhome in Brooklyn. Like an entire townhome is theirs. I don't think they're, you know, keeping it that real because, you know, I'm sure that costs a few $1 million. They're supposed to be like, you know, the down-to-earth ones because they don't go to the Hamptons. That's not our scene. That's not what we do. We go to St. Bart's instead. Oh, okay. You go off to St. Bart's. You know what I did last night? I took the bus and went to IKEA. And I had meatballs and rice in the IKEA cafe. And I had a great time doing it too. So, you know, fuck you bitches. I actually really love the show a lot. I'm just, you know, it's one of those things that you have to watch and hate at the same time. I'm also really, really loving that show, Make Me a Supermodel on Bravo. At first, I was ready to hate the show, but I didn't realize that they are, like, the show is real time, you know? Like, those models are in that house down in Manhattan, like downtown. It's just an interesting concept. I really like that girl Holly. I hope that she wins. But if she doesn't win, I want Ronnie to win. I think Perry is a better model because he just seems a little more diverse. He knows how to show off. He knows how to... I've seen him do different things on the show. But Ronnie, although he's gotten better, and although he's the hottest one and totally the one that I would sleep with, he just looks the same all the time. And, you know, he can't look very different. They can style him differently, but he always seems to look the same. And Perry, even with that buzzed haircut, seems to always pull something different off each time. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't like Perry. I like Ronnie. But Ronnie's been pissing me off a little bit. His whole crush on Ben. Oh, Ben. That's, by the way, for anybody who doesn't watch Make Me a Supermodel, you might just skip through this part of my video because I'm just going to talk like everybody knows. So Ben, I am convinced, is only still on that show because of the whole, like, little straight boy, gay guy friendship romance kind of thing that's been happening, and America has been obsessed, and it's was really cute at first and kind of endearing, and it made him sweet, or at least we thought so. He needs to be thanking Ronnie. He needs to be having sex with Ronnie every night as a thank you, because I don't think he would still be on that show if it wasn't for that whole little thing with Ronnie. And plus, I don't think he's that cute. I think he's very striking, but I don't think he's attractive. I think he looks like a frog, you know? I think he looks like a frog. Okay, that's it. I just wanted to bitch about that fucking TV show. Other than that, not that much going on. I am working a really long shift tomorrow. I've worked the past 5 days, and I have 3 more days to go. Tonight is my last night of the kind of eating that I want. You know, I've got a pizza, I have some soda, and this is it, because tomorrow I start the master cleanse. And I've been going back and forth on whether or not, like, I wanted to start it this week. Like, I wanted to do it, but then I remembered, like, oh wait, I've got this work thing on Monday. It's just kind of like, oh, well, maybe I should just wait until after. But the truth is, there's always going to be reason not to do this master cleanse thing. So fuck it, I'm going to do it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do videos about it this time, because I'm already ashamed that I'm having to do it again, because the whole point of doing it last time was to change the way that I ate and to purge my body of all this disgusting stuff, and all I did was eat a whole lot more. I mean, a whole lot more. I am heavier now than I was when I started the master cleanse last year. Like, I'm about, like, I right now am weighing 157 pounds. And that's really fucked up because I'm 5'4" and I shouldn't be this big. But I am. So, you know, whatever. Love me and my big ass. Wow, I just told you how much I weigh. And I'm embarrassed now. But you know what? It's embarrassing that I am at a weight that would embarrass me. You know? That's weird. So, just to make sure that I stick with this, why don't I make it so I can't get out of it? Let's just talk about everything that embarrasses me, so now I will feel obligated to get in better shape. Otherwise, you'll sit there and judge me. Okay, so when I started my job back in November and I got my work uniform, I was wearing size 30 pants. They don't fit anymore. I literally, like, have to cringe to, like, button them up. And today, I just didn't button them. I didn't. I have a blazer that I wear over it, and they were unbuttoned at the top. It was zipped and unbuttoned and covered with a blazer. And I hid that all day long, and now you know about it. So, there's that. Here's another one. When I was in Norway, the jacket that I was wearing, I had a little trouble closing it because it was a size small. And my torso's not accepting a small zip up these days. So a lot of times my jacket was open. And I just had my hands in my pockets and kind of closing it that way. Yeah, so, you know, any pictures that I post wearing a jacket, you're probably going to see it open most of the time. That's another embarrassing thing. You know, why don't you join me? If you feel like joining me, just write something embarrassing about yourself. It feels freeing, sort of. Not really. I'm going to stop now. Last time when I did the cleanse, I was like 140 pounds, and when I finished, I was 131. So, like, I have gained quite a bit of weight, and just been unhealthy. But now, I have a man in my life who is very into eating properly and being healthy and active, and maybe that will rub off on me. So, you know, in addition to all the other good parts of him that rub off on me. So the master cleanse tomorrow. Wish me luck.